Plasma is a dry and environmental friendly technology that we use it for pre-treatment of textile surfaces to prepare them for dyeing, printing and finishing. So what is important about this machine in our research lab is that we can imitate the continuous production lines in industry.
So this is a porosimeter machine. With the machine we can measure the pore size of a textile material or a porous material with the information. For example, if we get the information of the intra and inter yarn pore size of the textile, we can study how the liquid, for example, for treatment will interact with the textile. For example, after plasma treatment, how the textile surface will behave if we're going to do a inkjet printing or supercritical dyeing with it.
This is a high-speed camera that gives us detailed information for the functional inks that we're developing. And usually we characterize inks in terms of their physical properties, like the viscosity, the surface tension, and the particle size. And that information, though, is not enough to really in detail characterize how the inks behave when we want to see if they work with our functional printing process. By using the high-speed camera, we can get a detailed view on the drop formation of the ink, which helps us to optimize our printing process. This machine behind me is an inkjet printer, which runs at industrial speed, and it's based on different modules. And the module collector in the machine gives us the opportunity to test inks and the inkjet printing process of water-based, solvent-based inks, and UV curable inks. And depending on the type of ink that we're analyzing, we can change the setup of the machine. But it also, while giving us a lot of flexibility in the process and development of the process, we imitate a continuous industrial process.
So we have different digital printing instrument in the lab, for example, digital inkjet printer, 3D printer. So now the machine we call this called Comerjet. The advantage of Comerjet is, for example, once we make an ink, sometimes we have limitations with inkjet printing for the viscosity. So for example, the ink cannot be too thick, otherwise it will not be printable. But for this Comerjet, they have a very wide processing window, so to say. So we can have more different material in the ink formulation. And then we can print it in a fairly easy way.